say, which I don't know if necessarily photography is the business you want to get into, right? So and I'm going to compare this kind of like the online courses industry versus college. I think something that has been incredibly powerful for me is I am in mastermind groups, I am in education groups, training programs with other agency owners who are way ahead of me, and I can use that as a reference point. So if you are in college for business, let's just say, but your passion's photography, and you're like, why the hell am I going to business school when I can just go do my photography thing, right? I'd probably recommend drop out, which is a big life decision, disclaimer, think that through. Don't just jump, you idiot. But I would find a training program or a group, and you have to pay for the good stuff. Pay $1,000, pay $2,000 to be in one of these groups, training programs that teach you how to start a successful photography business. Let's just say that's what you wanted to do, right? The most powerful element is not like the cookie cutter approaches and like the tactics for pricing or how to do an invoice or shit like that, right? The most powerful element by far is that then you have a reference point. So if you want to make $100,000 a year as a photographer and you're doing free shoots to build your portfolio, you're going to very quickly get discouraged. But if you're in a group with 50 other people who are all making $100,000 a year in their photography business, and they're like, yeah, you just got to go through that. You're just gonna be like, oh, this is just part of the process, right? Yep. Even if you're 50 and you're listening to this and you want to start your own business, I think one of the most powerful things you can do is find a group, find a training program, something like that, where you are going to be hanging out and associated with people who are ahead of where you want to be. That has been mission critical for me, absolutely transformative, and I highly recommend that to everybody.
Is there anything that you would have done differently, whether it was start hockey at a younger age or start your phone selling business at a younger age or anything like that?
I try not to think in terms of that. I try not to look. There's no such thing as mistakes. There's only lessons.
Wow. I'm framing that.
So I always try to watch my mindset. That has been a big shift for me over the past 5 years. Is like I am constantly watching what's going on up there, right? Like consciously thinking about what am I thinking about? And I see a lot of people, especially as I get older, people who look back with regrets.
That's my credo. No regrets.
Or think, oh man, I should have done this different, or I should have bought Tesla and it was 50 cents, or I should have bought some Bitcoin or shit like that, right? That is extremely destructive thought process. Yeah. So I try not to really even think back in terms of what would I do differently, because I definitely believe that the things at the time that you thought like, how the hell am I in this mess? I mean, dude, I once at one point I had like $1 million in debt. I mean, I've gone through shit, right? And if I were to look back and be like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have made that mistake and that mistake, which would have put me in that situation. I don't know. Am I a better person because I went through that stuff? Probably. And I would rather go through that mindset and think I'm a better person, or I learned or whatever because of those mistakes, than think I wish I would have done it differently.